Hillary Clinton about to stump in the Sunshine State, urging voters to get out and vote early. About a third of that crowd, according to our Adam Shapiro, have not voted early just yet. There was a show of hands, so that's what Adam was able to at least give us. And so there are some people waiting to make their decision here. This is her first of 3 events in the crucial swing state. She is expected to slam Donald Trump regarding specifically his treatment of women, leaving behind the niceties over the past couple of years. If you call it that, is she going to strike the right tone that convinces those undecideds? I'm joined now by former Republican Congressman from Michigan, Pete Hoekstra. He advises Donald Trump on national security issues. And Robert Wolf, 32 Advisors CEO and a Hillary Clinton supporter. Welcome to you both. Robert, to you first. Give me a sense of what she needs to do to get that 1/3 part of the pie in that audience.
I think get back on message. We've been hearing about Comey for 4 days. I think she has to go back, be on message, talk about policy, the economy, jobs. You're down to 7 days. I think the one good thing is we have a lot of surrogates out for the Democratic Party that are going to be on message, from the president to Michelle to Biden to, and so I think at the end of the day, we're going to have a good last week.
We're hearing that this speech is not about policy. It's about the woman issue, and she is bringing up the shiny object there regarding Alicia Machado, the former Miss Universe.
Listen, obviously she's going to want to talk about women issues. That's getting the suburban women and the women to vote, which is the majority of the country, is obviously a key, and that's been a crucial part of why she's up in the swing states today.
Congressman, as Clinton works very hard to pivot the news of the FBI investigation to something else, Donald Trump has already spoken in Pennsylvania. He's moving on to another location in the state. The Electoral College map is starting to show glimmers of change in his favor, specifically Florida and Nevada, which had been leaning Republican and now are, leaning Democratic and now as toss-up states. So that's a good sign for Donald Trump. What else does he need to do?
Well, I think Donald Trump needs to do exactly what he's been doing the last few days. I was with him yesterday in Michigan, traveled across the state with him, 2 massive rallies in the state. He is relaxed, he is focused, he is energized. He's talking about the future and what a Trump presidency means for America. No distractions. He doesn't have the Obamacare distraction. He doesn't have the FBI investigation distraction. He's talking about the future.
Well, this is up your alley, Congressman, because you're helping him on foreign policy. Does he have the Russia distraction? There is some concern that there may be some type of wiggly investigation of his former campaign chief, Mr. Paul Manafort. And again, you're helping him on foreign policy. Are you telling him you don't want to be BFFs with Russia at this point?
Well, I think, the allegations that have been made against Mr. Trump, or not even against Mr. Trump, about his former campaign manager and a couple of aides who are distant advisors to Mr. Trump, there's nothing there. There's no substance to these allegations. It's the Clinton team trying to get Mr. Trump distracted, trying to get under his skin. I don't think he's going to go there. He is, like I said, he's focused. He knows what he needs to do. This week is showing what a Trump presidency will look like. You saw it when he talked about Obamacare with members of the House of Representatives with him today, recognizing that he will lead, but he's ready to work with the House of Representatives to get things done and to change America.
Robert, look, everybody is vulnerable through the people around whom they allow, the people whom they who are near them, so to speak. Paul Manafort for Donald Trump, Huma Abedin now for Hillary Clinton. That top aide is now being described by Hillary Clinton as just another member of her staff. There's a little bit of distance there now, and it used to be like this. I mean, they used to be extraordinarily close. Does she need to just move away from Huma Abedin as the investigation circles around her?
Listen, I think, like the congressman said, this is going to be about Trump versus the secretary. Who has the better vision for the country? It's not going to be about Paul Manafort or Huma Abedin. It's going to be about those two. I'm also glad, that Fox today came and put North Carolina in the blue bucket. So, if you look at the electoral map, I'd rather be in the secretary's position today than Trump's. We've seen this playbook before. When they go to Wisconsin, they go to Michigan. Romney's done that, and we know it didn't work in 12, and we don't think it's going to work in 16.
And fair and balanced to that point, Alaska had been solid Republican, now just leaning Republican. Let us go to Dade City for the moment. Alicia Machado is about to come out there on the stage. She is walking up the stairs at the moment. She is Miss Universe, the former Miss Universe from Venezuela. And the big issue with her was that there had been quite a bit of talk about what she had been told by Donald Trump after she won, and that was to lose weight. And needless to say, you're never really supposed to tell women to lose weight unless you're their mom, and even then it's touchy.
You know what? I'm going to let the congressman respond on that one.
I am sure. But look, Congressman, Donald Trump has all but acknowledged that he said those things about her. He still lags with women. Can he grab some of that? That's a bad term there. Can he nab some of that woman vote with just 7.5 days left?
Oh, I think so. If you took a look at the audience that we had in Michigan, 2 massive rallies, as I said, a great mixture of individuals there. We had a cross-section of Michigan, blue-collar workers, white-collar workers, men, women, young women, all enthusiastically there because they are looking at who presents the vision of change and progress for America, and they're clearly responding to the message of Donald Trump. Some people waited hours to actually just get into the rally yesterday.
Can I, just to respond, one, I think rallies are great, and there's no question rallies are great. Yesterday I spent 4 hours at one of the Clinton offices calling North Carolina early voting.
So it was all you.
Yeah,
you switched North Carolina.
My 8 people. But I will just tell you, this reminded me of the 08 organization of Obama. Clearly, the ground game's ready. They're grassroots out and ready. And I think that at the end of the day, you have 2 figures right now who are very much involved in their voters mainly, and they're all fighting for that independent vote. And organization matters, and I think the Secretary's organization really blows away Trump's. And no disrespect to the congressman, but he's not winning Michigan. She's going to win Michigan, so I'm glad they're spending their time in Michigan.
Well, hold on. Stand by,
We'll look forward to being with you next week, Wednesday, to have that discussion.
Me too.
There you go.